Moving on to 4A girls,
Mm-hmm.
we have another matchup in the state championship game: Pea Ridge versus Pulaski Academy.
Mm-hmm.
These teams already played in the
Mm-hmm.
regular season, similar to Earl and Westside.
Yeah.
Probably a completely different Pea Ridge team than what we
yeah.
saw earlier in the year.
Right.
I think PA really jumped out early
Mm-hmm.
and really put it on that Pea Ridge team. But that Pea Ridge team is playing completely different now than what they were then.
Yeah.
If they weren't playing completely different now, they wouldn't be in the state championship game.
Right.
And they have beat some really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they beat Nashville and they beat
Robinson.
They beat Heber and Robinson, and
Robinson,
not a whole lot of people were predicting that.
Right.
Pulaski Academy comes off beating Southside, in which was a game to me that was just crazy impressive to watch a defensive effort on Macy Witts from Southside, who was just putting up points on everybody. It didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Was dropping 30 on everybody.
Yeah.
And Pulaski Academy's point guard, Jameer Streets, held her to 3 points until late in the game.
Yeah.
Randy Stewart went down with an apparent knee injury. I've been told it was a mild hyperextension, so no big deal there. But how do you see this game playing out, and how do you see it different than how it played out back in November?
I think that first one was it the season opener?
Season opener.
That's what I thought. I don't think it's going to be that big of a spread. not like that with that first game, man.
I agree with you.
Yeah, like I said, Pea Ridge, again, and the funny part about I text Heath, that's my guy, Pea Ridge coach, man. I text him not long after that game yesterday and congratulating on him, man, because he's another one of these coaches that doesn't get not nearly enough credit for what he's done since he's been at that school. And for him to get those ladies to play the way they're playing right now, this late in the season, no fear. He's always been a coach that instills no fear in his teams. He goes out and schedules tough non-conference opponents. And then he always has Lady Black Hawk invitation. They always have good testing that tournament.
That's a great point. Both of these teams had very tough schedules. Both of them scheduled a lot of tough teams.
Exactly, man. And like I said, they're playing again. This run that they're on, it's been impressive, man. I can just about guarantee you, no one probably saw Pea Ridge getting to this point. But that's a testament to him and getting his ladies to play the way they've been playing, man. And I guarantee you, again, it's probably sound like a broken record, but they're probably not going to deviate much from what they've been doing. Mackenzie Stites and Brooklyn Wynn, those ladies are going to come out and just continue to play ball like they've been playing this past, month or so at a high level. And I expect them to do it again against a team that they've seen earlier. And I'm pretty sure they want to come out and prove that their first game, wasn't really them. And honestly, I guarantee you they're not going to look anything like that first game. I don't know if the final results are going to be different or not, but they're going to be. PA's going to see a much different Pea Ridge team this time around. I guarantee you that.
So, what does Pea Ridge have to do to slow down that trio of Jameer Streets and Randy Stewart and Greenlee Elmore? Because not too many people see speed and athleticism like that.
First of all, they can't let all three get going. And honestly. You've seen this all year long, and I've seen it as well. When Randy Stewart is on, she's really on. If she can get hot from 25 feet away from the basket, and then she puts it on the floor and get to the rim. Greenlee Elmore, she can score just about everywhere. A lot of times you see her. She's not she's not a post player, but she can get down on the post. Drop step score, pull up jumper score, 21 footer score, get to the free throw line. When she gets rolling, she's rolling, and then like I said, this PA's second straight year down in Hot Springs. So they're going to be a team that's, I think, has been on a mission all year long. They're not going to go in. And then they're a product of their coach. That's one of my favorite coaches of all time. And she gets the best out of her players, and I think Pea Ridge is going to have, I don't know, what Heath is going to do as far as placing a concentration on either one of those players. But I know he's not going to want, 2 of the 3 to go off. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough. That's a tough choice because not many teams have slowed down, all 3, let alone 2, all year with PA. I do think, Randy, I saw her on crutches. I saw a picture of her on crutches after the game. And I didn't know if it was serious, but you mentioned like it was maybe a hyperextension.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, I'm pretty sure she's going to be there playing, in state final. But I think PB, can afford to let, Randy or Greenlee just go off early. And again, this may sound like another broken record, but if they get in a hole early, then it could go bad. But I do think that they can afford to let either one of those 2 in particular just get crazy, offensively for sure.
A couple of things you mentioned. The first, you talked about Greenlee, and she's not a post player, but she loves to score from that position.
Mm-hmm.
She has a real old school type game.
Sure, yeah.
Not too many people love to use the backboard, and she's like Tim Duncan. I mean, she'll drop step, shoot a 10-footer off the backboard. She's got a really old school game. It's not like, we're going to shoot 15 threes a game or whatever. She'll hit, a couple threes a game or whatever, but she's got a mid-range game. She loves to use the backboard. It's a real old school game.
Yep. And that's you mentioned just hit on the nail on the head, man. Mid-range game. I love it. She may have a open, 20-footer, but she'll take true dribbles in and get the 17, 18-footer.
Mm-hmm.
I love that about her. Most of her shots she takes are high percentage shots. Rarely do you see her take a extremely difficult shot. She tries to make the game as easy as possible, and she does that more often than not. That's what I love about her. You look up, and she plays hard. She gets a lot of stuff in transition off steals, but that's just her being in passing lanes. Reading the floor. Being a pest when she can defensively, man. But in a half court setting, man, she's her high IQ is so high, and again, for her size, she gets down on the block anyway, 8 feet from the rim, that turnaround jumper, pull up jumper.
Yep. Step through, turn around.
Oh my God, I love watching. Exactly, man, and she's fun to watch, man. And like I said, I'm looking for her, just this PA team in general, to have a really big game, man. Getting back again, second straight year. I'm looking for them to have a big game.
And then the other thing you mentioned was Coach Yarbrough. You guys have a long history, but watching these past couple of games, they played in the semis. In the quarters, a 4-city team that they played during the year.
Yeah.
Which was a hard-fought game, and PA won that by 2.
Yeah.
And then they completely changed everything against Forest City this time and win by 30.
Yeah.
And then take one of the game's best scorers at Southside completely out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Watching Becky Yarbrough coach, man, it's like every night it's putting on a clinic.
I mess with her sometimes about it because the coach Yarbrough that people see now is more mellow than the one I met,
those players may not agree with you.
Oh man, that's funny, man. The one I met 25 years ago was so intense. She was, I've seen her, come out of a jacket. She was so intense, and getting on her players. But it's all love for what she does. But she's older. She got more mellow, but she still has that fire. Don't let it twist it. She still gets on these ladies and wants the best for them and tries to get as much as she can out of them, man. But she's one of these coaches that I think don't get near. She's been around for years. She's won so many games, championships, things of that nature. I don't think she gets appreciated enough because every year she's coaching, where it's Star City or PA, she's consistently in the mix. Conference titles. I did a story on her years ago. I can't remember how many regional and conference titles she had, but this is literally every year. When she was at Star City, every year they were in the mix, whether it's the semis or finals or whatever the case is. She has her teams there. It's no different at PA. She comes in, Last year takes them to the title game. Second year, she's back in the title game. And again, and I remember we talked to you last year about the difference she's made with this team. And it's no disrespect to Coach Treadway back in the day with PA, but she made an imprint on this team quickly when she got to the team, and the girls gravitated to her. And I think it's in the same with this year. She has them back where they were a year ago. She lost a few pieces from last season, but she adjusts if need be, and she's got them back rolling again this year, man.
All right, 4A state championship game. Who you got, E?
I'm going with PA, man. I just think those ladies again are on a mission, man. The way they played, one of the scores, like I said, in state tournament, we didn't have a lot of surprising scores for me, but that PA Forest City score really shocked me just by the point spread. Forest City's been good all year long, and Veronica done a really good job with that group. But for PA to beat that team, by 30, that literally the outcome didn't shock me. The point spread did.
Mm-hmm.
And then the job Jamira did on Macy and another Southside team that's really good, been really good all year as well. That's impressive stuff, man. And again, Pea Ridge, I think, is going to come in and play well, and he's going to have them ready to play. I just think, PA right now is playing at a level that I don't know if they played that level against the competition they played right now that they played all year long. Like I said, just off those two games, man. I mean, that's impressive stuff, man. I don't think they're going to slow down in this final.
Well, I will tell you that, and this is at least according to everything that I plugged into Chat GPT. So if I'm wrong, I'll blame it on that. Boys or girls, any classification through the regional and state tournaments, Pulaski Academy had the largest margin of victory, which was 36 points a game.
Wow.
Boys or girls, any classification, any team.
That's the epitome of turning it on on both ends of the floor. But man, that again, that's a testament to Coach Albright getting the best out of her players. It's winning time, when to go home, and they're not interested in going home just yet. And when they do, they want to bring the hard way back to Little Rock. So I'm rolling with PA in this one, man.